right now. I want to hear you, want to see you. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's get these lovely ladies onto the main stage. Let's tell everybody who you are and a little bit about your business and where you're from. So, Claire, I want to start with you, my friend.
Thank you, Charles. My name is Claire. I'm in Mississauga. I'm carry a business called Health Wellness. I carry a tiny device like this. I distribute and share with global wide.
My name is OSTROUMOVA. I'm the founder and CEO of CAT International Fitness. I am a women's wellness coach and hormonal imbalance specialist, and I'm in Toronto, Canada.
I am Julia Lewis, and I am Boss Ladies Canada. And what we are doing, we are empowering women of all over, of all races, to learn more about finances and be ready when life happens.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Nazly Guerrero. I am a realtor. I live in Canada and I work local market here. As well, I help Bulgarians to get properties in Mexico. So I help Canadians, Americans to get some properties in Mexico. And well, with that, they get some cash flow.
How did you guys feel about the event? Like, just tell us when you got there. It's open talk. Tell us about how you felt about the event.
For me, it was very, very powerful. The energy in the room or City Hall was incredible. I don't think I've ever been in a room full of such empowering women and such positivity. Everyone was willing to help each other set up. Everybody was so inspiring. The women that I met, so I was a sponsor as well as a speaker on the youth empowerment panel. So by being a sponsor, I had a booth set up and I had my team there, and so many women have come up, shared their stories of their journeys and also being immigrants and just women in business. And it was an amazing exchange of energy. I honestly can't wait till the next one. And if you guys missed out on this one, you gotta come next year.
So tell us a little bit more. Claire, what happened? What you thought about the event? What was the exciting part for you?
I love it very much. March 8th is International Women's Day. In China, we have half day off for all the women. So,
I'm Russian, and in Russia, we have the entire day off on March 8th for women.
Yeah. Like that here.
Yeah, it's also my son's birthday, so that's a special day for me. So I saw so many women, and they are looking for a better life and a better future, better business opportunities. I think I met a lot of wonderful women. I will go there next time for sure.
For me, it was also a wonderful experience. I think it's very important to get the spaces to share and empower women. It was a space when all can get inspiration from each other. And at the same time, it was also not just women, but also, it was men, it was kids. It was a very included event.
So tell us one thing, like in you personally, all the four of you personally, what is one thing that you learned that day that you didn't even know? Like someone taught you something, you're like, oh, I didn't know I could do that. Like marketing wise or business wise, did you guys learn something from each other?
I think the power of networking, I know the power of it, but I haven't been doing enough of it because running my own business, there's just, not enough hours in a day to do it all. But just from being in that one room for that 5 hours, it was so powerful and meeting so many people. It just validated the importance for me to go out and network and keep saying yes to these kind of events, because it's not about a lot of the time what you know, but it's also about who you know, and fostering and making those connections are very, very important for women in business.
Making the connections is definitely key. And one thing that I took away is that there are so many different approaches that you can take to empower women. There are certain, different sectors. So like there was a booth that had, they were based on documentaries, making documentaries. And that was something that I've never really thought about. And I was like, you know what? A documentary is a good way to share to the world your journey. And so it had me thinking of maybe I can do a documentary. That would be a great approach.
And when I was right there, my booth was in the middle of Claire and Julia. So I was like, oh, this is great. It's great people around me. And, like everybody was willing to help. And it was just, amazing. I didn't even know about like this kind of business that Claire has, and I found it really interesting. So it's like how you support each other to grow together.
So let me ask you this question, and a real quick stories from each one of you. When you started your business journey, all right, how did it feel? And then when you got to that point, why did you want to like share it with others and inspire others to become entrepreneurs like yourselves?
That moment, I remember we support each other. We read a lot. We recommend books, and it was a good exercise. I am a big fan of Amanda Frances, and I thought you need to read this lady. She's a boss lady, and she inspires you. And this is the kind of resources that I think are helpful when you are in the journal. For me personal, when I start, you know, I'm an immigrant, so I have a strong accent, and I see these people, like they are really fast negotiating, like super fast and super successful, and I start like, oh my God, how am I gonna be like that one day? But what I realized is it wasn't about the other people. It was about me, how I can improve every day, how I'm going to do better every day, how I'm going to get more deals every day, how I'm going to support my clients and my people better. And then I start to think like all the time I was thinking about my accent, or I don't speak, you know, like the Canadian people speak. But then I'm like, you know what? That's actually good for me because I speak Spanish and I can take Mexican, you know, like market real estate because it's a lot of people, American Canadians that want to buy in Mexico. So I was like, you know what? I always thought it was a disadvantage, and how do you take your disadvantage and take it in an advantage for your business? That was for me like one of my biggest lessons.
She turned her problem into an opportunity.
Exactly. I like that. I like that. I like that. All right. So as I'm listening to you and listening to everybody, it's a learn from each other.
Yes.
Take your talent and go for it. Okay. Yes. But I was also listening to everybody when I asked you, how was it? A lot of you said, I've never done an event before. It's my first time doing an event, the first time coming out here. But you guys are sponsors. So what made you say, this is going to be my first event that I'm going to do? What made you do this show as a first sponsor?
Yeah, for me, it's, I believe in the cause. I believe women can support women. So, well, Cardi was, you know, she's all the time in events. So she was who told me about this one. And I was like, oh, actually, this one, I like it, you know, because like I believe on that. And I believe I'm an immigrant too. I came to Canada when my son was 7 years old, around that. So I know how hard and challenging it could be, not just the language, but the culture. And when you come here alone, so like, yeah, I believe on that. And I think I can find inspiration in other histories as well and inspire other people to grow like personal and business. So I just found it perfect.
Yeah, and for me, as Nazly said, like I've done other events before, and it's really important for me to understand if my values of my own organization about empowering, inspiring women, motivating them through health and wellness and hormonal imbalances, and helping them take care of their life that way aligns with that organization's values in terms of empowering, inspiring women in other ways. So I've done my research. I didn't want to jump into this. I actually asked for a meeting with Svetlana, the founder of Immigrant Women in Business. I needed to meet with her and actually get to know her face to face, because in my opinion, the best way of communication is face to face. And after spending a few hours with her on a Sunday and exchanging that, you know, energy and stories and conversations, she's also from my country, also an immigrant. So it really aligned with what I'm doing on the side of empowering women in business, but also empowering women with health and wellness. And it was a no-brainer for me. I said, absolutely, anything I can do to help and jump in and sponsor and be a speaker, I'm in. And then, you know, I passed it on to Nazly, right? So again, the power of networking.
All right.
It's a full circle.
So give me your guys' feedback on the event, and how do you think the event is going to trickle down for the future? Like, how does these type of events help move forward, give the conversation? Do you think people went to the event, and then after they went to the event, they had enough courage to go back to their boss and go A, B, and C? Did they have enough courage after this event to say, I'm going to become a boss myself? Like, tell me what you think happened after this event.
That everybody has their, you know, time and peace to do things. So even if the transition takes longer or is right away, I think that it's already in women's mind, you know, that we can do big things and we can do it together and we can be supportive. And it's like a lot of good people over there, not just women, because the event at the end, it was like, you know, men were welcome and kids were welcome. So like people in general that can support your journey and can help you and like can like grow and go to the next level with you. That the world is not against you, actually the world is with you to lead you up.
I think the people went to that events for the International Women's Day. They are very open-minded people. I don't encourage people to say just quit your job like that, but it's good to have a job and secure your income and support the family. However, the sometimes or one source of income is not good enough for you to support family right now. For the food cost right now is rise so much. Everybody want to have a second source of income just for the backup. I think open-minded people will get something, maybe resonate with somebody here in the platform, and they will start something new.
Yeah, and just to add to that, in terms of women, like having that thought in their head, like Nazly said as well. So for example, like for me in my business, like social media is big, like Instagram, I post everything there. But everyone's life is not going to be on the real life is not a highlight reel that you see on social media. So a lot of the times these women who want to do start a business or something similar as you, they look at you as their role model, but they also look at something that's unattainable because they feel like it may be unrelatable. Because my, let's say 7 years into my health and wellness journey and my 5 years into my business, is not somebody's day one or week one. And when they see you on social media and they start comparing you to them, they feel like I can't do this. But when they come to these events and they see you in person and they see that you are a real person and they see that you're open to chatting with them and helping them and having that conversation and showing them from where you started to where you are now, it actually makes them believe in themselves and say, you know what, if she did it, I can do it too. She's just as real as I am. She's also a real person. She also started from zero. And what makes me different, right? So that is the power of empowerment as well.
All right. So real quick, I'm going to say men and women, they came together. How can they go out now and promote empowerment? How can they go out now and just talk to their coworkers and push? Like for me, I have a little daughter and I'm telling her she's a boss. Go get it. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? You can do anything you want to do. If your goal is go get it, you get it. But then I also have a son that I'm saying, hey, back up your sister. This is what you got to do. You back up each other. How can we move forward and tell everybody just push the word, go out there and push the word?
I think that promoting equal opportunities, like in every setting that you are at work, in the school, is just promoting equal opportunities, as well as also you need to be mentored, right? Like if you know that you are good at something and you feel that somebody else needs the support, just go and mentor and help the person, because the universe is going to give you what you give, right? So it's just we all growing together. And another way I think is also supporting the business. Even if you don't have the money to buy at the moment the product that they offer, but share a referral, repost the posting that they are doing, like find a way to support the people around you.
All right, real quick before we let you guys go, it's your time to shine. Tell everybody what your next projects are, what you're doing, what's coming up, where they can find you. Real quick. Hit it.
Wow, no, anyone hit it? Okay, so you can find me. Okay, so you can find me on Instagram, Nazly Real Estate. You can find me on YouTube, Nazly Real Estate 2. Facebook, Nazly Real Estate Investment.
I like how you hit that out the park. Thank you. Give you a high five right on the screen. There you go.